Hi everyone, welcome to the 6th video on Python learning series for network engineers. In this video I'll show how to write a basic Python script using telnet library to telnet to a router and get the output. This is going to be a very simple script. There is multiple way to telnet to the device and get the output. One recommended way I'll show in the document. You can go to docs 3.x doc library references. You can search for telnet. This is the recommended way. This method I'll be covering it in the second video. Since it is the initial first scripting video, I'll be doing it in very simple way to understand, and I'll be using Python 2 for this demo so that the people who are new to Python will be able to understand the difference between Python 2 and 3. So for further scripts we'll be using Python 3. So I'll go to my terminal. I'm already in the folder, Python demo folder. There I have created multiple virtual environments. This I have showed in the previous video. If you want to see how to create virtual environment, you can have a look into that video. And I'll be moving to the virtual environment 2.7 first. So the command to go to that virtual environment is source, the folder name Python 2.7/bin, then activate. Now if I enter Python, I'll be inside Python 2.7. Now to check the telnet library details, I can type help. So here when I'm typing back arrow up, back, left, right, or up, down arrow, I'm getting this message, these escape characters. When I click on left arrow, I'm getting D, right arrow C, A, B, up and down. So that means there is some error with my Python console. To overcome this issue, what you need to do is you need to install a tool called readline. You can do it from the pip library. So I'll be doing that. Control D, I'll come out of. So still I'm in 2.7 environment. Let us check in our another environment 3.6 whether we have this error. Source Python 3.6/bin/activate, and I'll type Python. So it is going to 3.6. Here I'll give help. When I'm pressing the help, it is coming properly. Telnet library, it is coming here. But I have some issue with my Python 2.7, so I'll be installing the readline in this environment. The command is pip install readline. Now readline has been installed. Now I'll go back to my Python. I'll type help. I'll give telnet. It is opening now. Even the up and down arrow are working fine. So they have given some basic example for telnet library. So you can see here they are calling it as module, telnet module, and there is multiple classes inside that. So in the upcoming videos I'll be explaining what is module, what is class, what are functions, everything. So in this video we'll be doing a very basic script. So for example, here they have given even the Python interpreter. I'll copy this, go to the demo folder. I'll create a file. I'll give name 1 underscore 2.7 underscore telnetlib.py. Yeah, I'll open with gedit. I'll paste this script. I'll remove the interpreter from here. For this demo, I'll be using the router R1, which you can see in my GNS3. So for verifying the connection, we'll do a telnet to the router. Telnet IP is 10.10.10.10. It is asking for username. I'll give admin. If you see my keyboard action, once I initiate telnet, it is asking for username. So I have just given the username. Click enter. Then it is asking for password. I have to give password admin. Enter. So I'm into the user privilege mode. Here I can execute any command. So it is. So if you see my user actions, you can see in the first prompt I entered admin, in the second prompt I entered admin, then the respective command I have given. So we'll be doing that using Python here. So we'll be editing this basic script, and I'll be using Python 2 for this demo, and then we'll do the same thing with Python 3 and we'll compare that. And in the next video we'll do the telnet script using the recommended way from Python community. Okay, so I'll go to the file again. So we'll edit based on our requirement. So here in the first line, what it is doing from the telnet library, it is importing the telnet class. So if you want to verify that, you can see here the classes. This is the telnet class. Even this, when you call this here, it should be even case sensitive. We'll check that as well. So what they are saying is an instance of this class represents a connection to a telnet server, and here they have given multiple methods. Read all, read some, read very eager. These multiple methods are there. Yeah, so first line we are importing the telnet class. Here we need to give our device IP. We'll be giving 10.10.10. Port, we are using the default port 23, so we don't have to give anything here. Then here in the first prompt I am giving admin, so I need to give the username here, admin. The /n means it will go to next line. So even in the next line I'll be giving an enter. So next line I'll give enter. Then another command is terminal. We need to define the terminal length to 0. Zero. Then we need to give the command which you want to execute. I'll give show version. Then we need to give exit, because this prompt will be waiting for EOF. So if you don't give exit, it won't come, it will wait for the output. Now we'll try to execute this from Python 2.7 virtual environment. This is into my Python 2.7 virtual environment. So from here I'll try to execute that. Python 01 telnetlib. Yeah, so I'm getting the output here. You can see the complete output. So it asked for username, I give an admin, and a password. It automatically entered password, then terminal length 0, show version. If you want to change the command, you can just give show run, save the script. We'll execute it again. It will give the running config. Now if you want to prompt this while executing the script, see any custom command if you want to give, what we'll do, we'll make this as a variable. So I'll call that variable as cmd. In the upcoming videos even I'll explain about the single quotes, double quotes, which is the recommended way, then indentation, everything I'll explain. cmd equals show IP interface brief. Yeah, now we'll execute the script. Yeah, I'm getting IP interface brief. Even in the same way, you can even define IP address, username, password, everything as variable. So it will be prompting to give the command. If you want to prompt the command cmd, what we can do is we can define this as a raw input. We give raw underscore input, then I'll change this message to enter the command. Enter the command. I'll save the script. We'll run it again. This is asking for entering the command. I'll give show run. I got show run output. I'll execute again. Show IP interface brief. I'm getting the IP address. Now show spanning tree. So it is saying no spanning tree instance exists. In the similar way, you can ask for IP address, username, password, etc. Now we'll look into Python 3 and we'll compare the script. So I have already opened the Python 3 instance here. Yeah, it is 3.6. Here we'll check the help of telnet library. So here you can see there is additional B bytes here. Even while reading, you need to give the ASCII encoding and decoding respectively. So what we'll do, we'll copy this prompt. We'll create another file here. 02 3.6 telnet library.py. I'll open this with gedit. Save the file. We'll start editing it. We'll try to give B in front of all the strings. B means bytes. So cmd we need to encode it into ASCII. So we need to give the command dot encode ASCII. Yeah, here even the print statement there is an additional parenthesis. Dot same encoding we have to give. See, even here we need to give bytes. Another thing is, in the previous video I have explained the major difference between Python 2 and 3. There I have mentioned about this row input and input. In Python 3 the row input has renamed to input, so we'll give that as well. Yeah, one thing I missed is here the encoding needs to be changed to decode while printing. Save that and execute the script. Yeah. Python 02, enter the command show run. Yeah, I haven't given b here, bytes. I have to give that. Show run. Yeah, it is printing the output. So you can compare both script Python 2 and Python 3 here. Yeah. So row input has changed to input. Other than that, everywhere in front of string we need to add bytes. Even we need to do encoding if you're calling the variable. Then in the print statement we need to do a decode. Now we'll check the Python's recommendations. Python recommendations on telnet library. We'll check that. We'll go to Python 3. Here help telnet library. Yeah. So here, so you can see here, read all will be waiting for end of file. So once we execute exit, it will be getting end of file in the prompt. So without that we will see what will happen. I'll execute the script. Show run. Since it is not receiving end of file, it won't come. But be in this prompt. So another thing is, you should remember these things while writing the script. Terminal length 0. If you don't give terminal length 0, it will be waiting for the prompt to enter to go to another page of the output. So I'll remove that command. Yeah, so this, once you give hash, any command will become message or just a note. So once you add it, it will become a comment. So there is no effect on this line now. So I'll execute the script again. Show run. It won't come. You should remember that these two lines are important in the script. Now we'll execute again. Show run. Output is coming. Now here we'll try to execute our Python 2 script. I'll get error even in the print because the syntax has changed here. In the next video we'll follow Python's recommendation with both versions, Python 2 and Python 3 for telnet. So I'll be using these two documents, and then we'll be importing and using this method. Okay, that's all about basic telnet. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.